Our new movie this week is Only the Brave, the true story of the Granite Mountain Hotshots. As you well know, or maybe you don't, in 2014, a team of wild firefighters went to fight a fire in Yarnell, Arizona. Tragically, all but one lost their lives in the fire. And Only the Brave tells their story. And, when I got out of this movie, I was really quiet, I was reflective, and heartbroken. Not since American Sniper has a movie, moved me so emotionally as did Only the Brave. I mean, it's 2.5 hours long, but it concentrates on so much more than, just simply telling the story. It's not one of those, generic biopics like Patriots Day or
Deepwater Horizon.
I like that movie, but it's not, made just to make a quick buck. Yeah. Or Sully. It's, they really wanted to do justice to these people, and they did. Because they fully fleshed them out, and I think that's what makes this film so overwhelming. Josh Brolin gives a career best performance. If there's any justice, with the Academy, there often isn't. He should get an Oscar nomination for his performance here. Jennifer Connelly, she's always good, but she hasn't been this good since Blood Diamond. And Miles Teller is wonderful as always, and James Bates Dale as the second in command under James Brolin. He's very, very good. He's an actor to watch. I'm really excited to see what his career has for him. But he's very good. And this movie is, it's an experience. It's very, very difficult to watch because you see these characters as real people, not just as people who say lines in a plot. They feel real. We see the good, the bad, the ugly about these people, and it's amazing. It's an amazing movie, and it's going to end up very high on my top 10 list at the end of the year.
Okay, so how many stars for you?
4.
4 stars. 4 stars for me, too. And this will certainly be on my top 10 list. I'm thinking top 5. We still have a little ways to go.
Yes. The Oscar movies are just starting to...
Just coming. But definitely top 10 for me. And again, I say top 5 because I felt the same way. I was moved by this film like I haven't been by a film in a long time. And it's not just because of it being a true story, but again, like as you said, it's because of the focus that they had on these characters. They didn't need to spend a ton of time with sensationalizing what happened to them to make it, more of an action film or like a film like
Backdraft.
But again,
Firestorm.
Well, I'm gonna go back to last year's Deepwater Horizon, which I did agree also was a good film, and it did do some character development. But certainly, they spent a lot of time on the disaster that took place.
Right.
And they wanted to sell the film more based on that. And I'm going to pick a serious bone with Hollywood here, or at least the studio and the marketing team. Because this film was really not on my radar. I think I saw one thing about it.
Yeah.
And that just infuriates me because this is such a superior film to the majority of the films that are out there.
Yeah.
And the fact with the cast that it has, that this wasn't pushed even to the level where a film like Deepwater Horizon was, which also had a good cast. And so you could even say very much a similar story, people being heroic in a tragic situation.
Right.
But because Deepwater Horizon had more explosions, they could push it more as an action film.
Yeah.
It got a marketing push that this film didn't.
Yeah, it's because this is not a special effects movie. This is a human interest story, and that's what separates it from, dozens of other, biopics. Like Patriots Day, which had its moments, but quite frankly, we all knew everything that was going to happen in the movie, except that, from the point of view of, the bombers. And Deepwater Horizon, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was really well done. But you're right. It did concentrate more on the special effects and the disaster area, which was well executed. Pete Berg is a really good filmmaker, but this concentrates on the people, and I think that's how you do respect to these men who literally gave their lives fighting this fire. I don't know why I had the chuckle there, but it would be impossible. What I was really impressed with is that, it would be impossible for any director, no matter how talented, no matter how brilliant the script is, to develop 35 characters within the space of even 2.5 hours. It just can't be done. But what Joseph Kosinski, who made Tron Legacy and Oblivion, 2 very good films, Oblivion much more so, what he does is that he identifies them as a single unit. Obviously, he's going to pick out, 2-3 of the guys to focus on, but he sees everyone else as a single unit, which helps us identify with them because we see them do everything together. You seem like almost like one character, if that makes any sense. Yeah. And so that helps us bond with them all. And I just want to reiterate the performances by Josh Brolin, who, again, has never been better. I mean, he was really good in Milk. He got a deserved Oscar nomination. He was good in No Country for Old Men. He was, good in Men in Black 3 for all its faults. And he's always been a strong character actor, but here he's playing someone who has his own way of looking at the world. He's not just this, gruff, rough and tumble, emotionally stunted individual. He has, a temper. He has his faults. And Brolin brings this guy to life. I mean, at the very end, you see, the actors match with, their, on-screen counterparts in pictures, but he doesn't look anything like, the person he plays. But that doesn't matter. It's about how he brings this person to life, and he does such a brilliant job. This is a career best performance for him. And Jennifer Connelly, I love Jennifer Connelly, I really do. Requiem for a Dream, Blood Diamond, which I thought she was really underrated in. She's always good, always good, and this is one of her best performances. And those are the 2 I want to single out.
Absolutely. And I'm also going to call attention to something that I wasn't expecting in this film, or really even recognized that I needed in this type of film, which is that, okay, of course, we look at firefighters, we look at most first responders as heroes. Yeah. And they get called heroes on a regular basis. Right. And oftentimes they say, they're doing their job. They recognize. Yeah. They recognize that, people look at them that way, but that's how they feel about themselves, and it makes them, in their humility, makes them even more of heroes in our eyes oftentimes. Exactly. But this film had something to say about them in their personal lives, the decisions that they made that made them us care about them so much, and it really sends a message, a larger message that that anybody can be a hero, even if their job isn't necessarily a heroic one. Based on what they can do in their own lives, overcoming struggles, without getting into too many details on personal stories, because you just need to see this film to see that. And that really is even leads up with the emotional climax of the film, that isn't the seeing the true men and with their families at the end, which we know is coming. But that scene, I'm sure that you're aware of, that's the emotional climax, and that caught me off guard, that there was that extra layer on top of the what we would expect from a film like this. Right, and you're absolutely right. What I like about this movie is that the director doesn't push the emotional buttons, very hard. He allows this material to speak for himself. Like, even in the fire scenes, he doesn't hype it up with, flashy slow-mo or creative editing or enhanced special effects. He really plays it pretty close to the, ground level. And he allows it to speak for itself. And I think that's, what really sells this movie and the characters, is that he trusts it to speak for itself. And that's what makes it so overwhelming. I mean,
I struggled to even kind of like collect my thoughts after this movie, and even while I was just going home, and I just like sat in the car and was just thinking about it, and I haven't seen a movie do that for me in ages, not since American Sniper, which was a very, very good movie, and it got all the press it deserved. The bungled release schedule meant it was not for wasn't a serious contender for the awards it deserved, but that's another story. I just wish only The Brave would get the same kind of awards push and marketing, because the studio it doesn't know what they have on their hands. They're just basically releasing this as just kind of like the biopic of the week, and it's so much more than that. So please go see this movie. It's absolutely incredible. You will not be disappointed.